Bro, the sweet life got dark. Imagine if Zach became Cody, but took his grades way too seriously. You would end up getting this Stream It, which is on Netflix, and it's a fun movie. Let me explain. So you got this kid named Lucas who's practically that kid in your class who ruins the test curve for everyone, so you hate him. He's bringing the teacher apples. His book reports are bigger than the freaking book that they're annotating. Homie thinks he invented chess. He's like literally a leash away from being an actual teacher's pet. He's a pretty straight edge dude who's just focused on his grades, so whenever anyone's talking in class, he ends up flipping out.
I should jab my pen through your windpipe and staple your tongue to the roof of your mouth.
And it works. Maybe I should try this at the theater. Lucas then gets second in his chess event, even though he is the best. So of course, you know, like anyone who wants to be number one, he decides to Breaking Bad the dude who beat him out so he can get first. And yeah. Lucas then also gets a B+ on that Game of Thrones novel that he wrote, which, you know, I get that this guy just blinded a dude, so I don't want to fully side with him, but I kind of see his point. You know when you have those teachers who give you a bad grade for English, but like, they're not even grading your English, they just don't agree with your interpretation? And that's not their job? My man hits him with this thing that I always wanted to tell my teachers who doubted me.
Your degree. Where did you go to college? Perhaps my interpretation of the text befits an Ivy League mindset. I'm sorry?
But the teacher doesn't change it. So he's asking for trouble. Lucas, he ends up puncturing his tires. He ends up stealing his lunch, swaps out that transcript that he was going to turn in to be able to get an admission at a university. So now he can't. But worst of all, Lucas dries out his dry erase markers. You sick son of a. Big Boy here then decides to confront Lucas and tell him to admit what he's done. And Lucas is like, yeah, that was me. Dude even hits him with a poem.
But I always find a book that much more compelling when the character stands to lose everything.
The teacher meets up with a previous teacher who also got tormented by Lucas for not giving him good grades, and even calls him a psychopath. But like, how are we living in a world where teachers are getting bullied by students? Arm them. This moron then decides that the best way to deal with a pupil who's giving him problems and trying to ruin his life is to give him an F. Now you're just acting dumber than those kids who walk into the darkness in horror movies. If you thought Zach upset Mr. Mosby with his shenanigans, then he's about to unleash hell from San Francisco to the Tipton on this guy right here. He tries to set him up as Harvey Weinstein. It fails, so he just Sparta kicks the girl over the roof. He tries to pin the murder on him, but all he gets is a leave. So then the teacher decides to break into Lucas's house. He finds all of his recordings and all of his craziness to pin it on him, so he's able to get a restraining order, and Lucas gets expelled. Everything seems to be in order. Everything's going great until, you know, well, Lucas strangles his wife and kidnaps his baby. We then get the best fight sequence we can possibly ask for out of a middle-aged English teacher and a high school nerd. And after all the battles that he's gone through, the teacher wins. He gets custody, Lucas goes to jail, and all of us learn once and for all that teachers, just give your students A's and you can avoid problems like this. Thank you guys for checking out this video. As always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm curious to know if you saw this movie. Again, it just appeared on Netflix. So if there's any other Netflix movies you want me to talk about, any Amazon movies, any Hulu movies, I'm not covering Crackle at all, but any other movies that you want me to cover, or TV shows, let me know down below in the comment section. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and you too can get an A.